Hello my dear students, today we are going to continue the topic about conserving resources, and last session we talked about reducing, reusing, recycling, the 3 R's about conservation, and we talked about the soil conservation, and today we are going to move on to the water conservation. So what is conserving water? He said that water is a renewable resource, which means that it can renew itself. It is an unlimited resource, but at the same time it is not always available for all human use. So it is important to monitor the water usage so that there is always enough water, because we can pollute water or we can reduce the water resources by using it a lot, to just limiting the ability of water to renew itself. So that's why we need to consider our water resources, and you know that water is a really important resource for our life. So how can we conserve water? For example, while cleaning a sidewalk or patio, while cleaning outside of our house, we can use a broom rather than a hose to clean off leaves by water, or clean off dirt by water. We can just use a broom, so it will conserve a lot of water, right? Or we can conserve water by not overwatering the lawns or the pots that we have in our home. Not overwatering the plants that we have, we should take care of. It's a really important way for water conservation. What else? We can turn off the water while brushing our teeth or doing the dishes. If we are not using the water at that moment, just we can turn it off, and when we need it, we can open it again. It is really simple, and it will save a lot of water. Or some houses can have this rainwater collection kits, so rainwater can be collected in a barrel, and it can be used again in the house. So you can just, if you have this chance, you can use this type of barrel, you can use this type of system in order to conserve more water. Or you can collect non-drinkable water to water the crops or water the plants. For example, if you are you can use the water for when you for boiling the eggs, and after the eggs boiled, you can use that water for for watering your plants. Okay, if it is undrinkable, you can find another way to reuse it. Or you can conserve water by just fixing leaky faucets. Leaky faucets causes a lot of water loss, okay? Or for farmers, this drip irrigation is really important way for water conservation, and it's also really helpful for plants, because they will always there will always be moisture in the soil, and it will help plants to grow. In your book, you have a really simple math science related question. For example, in your daily life, you can reduce the amount of water that you are using. Of course, you need to wash your hands carefully, at least for 20 seconds, don't forget. But while just using the soap, you can close the water faucet and move on, and then reopen it again in order to wash your hands by water. But it will even this will save a lot of water, but if you need it, of course you will use it. But if you overuse water, you will not be able to find it when you need it in later. Okay, for example, let's say traditionally you have in assume you have 2 showers per day, and one shower will use 70 gallons water, one 10-minute shower. So in order to use water saving, let's say you are saving water and you are trying to use less water, and you are reducing the amount of water you are using. Maybe you are closing the tap while you are shampooing your head, etc. And it is asking for you to calculate water saving in 1 day and water saving in 1 week. And you will amaze with the results that it is a lot. Let's try to solve it for the first one. So if we have 2 showers per day, it means that traditionally we are using 140 gallons. Okay, I'm just multiplying it by 2. Okay, I'm using 140 gallons normally, traditionally, but by using water saving, I am using only 50 gallons per shower. I'm sorry, per day. So in 1 day I am saving 90 gallons of water. It is a lot. In 1 week, if I just multiply 90 by 7 days, it will mean if we divide, if we multiply 90 by 7, we will get 690 gallons. It is a lot of water we are saving in 1 week. Try to do it by yourself, and then later you can check it from here. Okay, so you can check your results from this table by understanding the water saving, how it is affecting our daily life, how even by changing our daily life we can save a lot of water. So how can we conserve energy in our home? So for example, we can unplug the appliances and small electronics to conserve energy. Unplug your TV, radio, or video game console, or your cell phone charger when it is not used. It will help you to conserve more energy. What else we have? A thermostat. If you use thermostat for heating, it will turn down the temperature during winter and raising it during summer, and it will help us to save energy. Okay, we can turn down the temperature on thermostat. Okay, so it will help us to understand the temperature of our house, and it will help to conserve the energy that we are using for heating. Or we can pull the blinds down in the living room during summer in order to block solar radiation. Pull the blinds up during winter in order to allow sunlight to warm the living room. Okay, if we can use sunlight for heating our house as much as we can, it will help us to conserve resources for heating again. Or we can keep our windows closed when we are not heating or cooling an indoor area in order to minimize the amount of energy that we need to make the room comfortable. Okay, so what else we have? If we have anything else, or actually it is not here, but again, just considering turning lights off, it's also an important energy resource inside home, and also just avoiding excessive use of water is also an important way for conserving resources in our home. So we will have a really easy question here. we will sort these examples into the type of conservation. For example, if we are unplugging electric tools, we are just making energy conservation. Or if we are using less sprinkler runoff, if we are using less water, or if we are avoiding excessive use of water while we are watering our plants, we are conserving water. Or if when we are cleaning the outside area of our home, if we can use a sweep instead of using water, we are conserving water again. Or if we are drawing blinds by considering the temperature outside, by considering how sunny outside is, we are just conserving the energy. If we are adjusting thermostat by considering the season, winter or summer, we are again conserving energy. If we are trying to use rainwater, basically we are conserving water resources. And if we are turning off water when we don't use it, we are again conserving water resources. If we are closing the windows when we are not heating, when we are not trying to heat, or when we are not trying to cool down inside, but we will keep the heat, we will keep the energy stable inside the home, and we will conserve the energy resources. What I'm trying to say is, it is really easy for you to conserve, making small changes in your daily life to conserve some resources. Even the turning off the lights will help you. Even the turning off the water will help you to conserve important amount of water and electricity. It is not only related with money, my friends, don't forget. You don't mind the electricity bills or water usage bills, okay? It is not, even when you grow up, you should try to be careful about the resource use that you are responsible of, because it is our planet, it is our earth, it is our home. So we need to protect our home. Like even your smallest living space, even your room is really special to you. You need to keep everything in your room as still, right? So you need to just help our earth to protect itself also, because everything you have is coming from the resources of earth, and it is really helpful for you. It will be really helpful for you in the future if you have these habits in your life, because it is like a responsibility for a human being, okay? Because we are not separated from nature, we are a part of nature, okay? So like I said, you can conserve electricity, and you can conserve by just trying to be more conscious about it. Or for example, you can use some energy conserving light bulbs in order to conserve electricity more. Or you can use sunlight for heating as much as you can. So we have some questions, some examples in your book, and it is asking for us to say that how can we conserve resources by using these solar panels, these energy saving light bulbs, and by using bus. What do you think? How can we conserve energy by them? Just try to write your own answers first, and then please check from here. Solar panels can conserve energy because they heat water without using electricity. Or these energy saving bulbs will use less energy than other light resources. and public transportation, which is really important. If you use public transportation or if you use bicycle for transportation more, you will conserve more energy because you will not use fossil fuels for your cars. So you will not pollute the air, you will not create waste products, and you will conserve the limited resources for making petroleum. So please, in order to revise this subject, go Unit 7 Natural Resources Lesson 2 and pages between 348 and 351 will help you to revise it. And if you have any questions, please try to read these pages carefully. And page 352, 53 and 54 will be your homework. Try to solve your homework as much as you can. See you in the next week. I love you guys.